Justine Bateman on SAG response to AI actress. This is that fake actress. You remember her name. She's now iconic.
Tilly Norwood.
Well, Justine Bateman was on KTLA 5. This affects Hollywood. This affects actresses, and this affects the business in Hollywood. So let's see what she has to say. It's a couple minutes, but worth watching. And then I want to hear your comment on the back end. Here we go.
What do you make of SAG-AFTRA's response to the controversy, especially given how heavily AI factored into contract negotiations in 2023?
Yeah, I was a AI advisor to SAG during the negotiations. I was asked to not be part of the last go. And anyway, they actually gave permission to signatories to use AI objects instead of human actors. So the fact that they're making some comment as if they're aghast at this occurring is very baffling to me. There's permission for it in the agreement. All they have to do is notify SAG that they're doing it. That's it. It's a permission that was given by SAG to the signatories.
Wow, that sounds alarming. Certainly, for those that are protected by SAG. Yeah. And let's talk a little bit about Tilly Norwood, as she's called, specifically. What is your take on this particular AI creation? I mean, she could be a very real threat. It could pose to performers and also the industry at large. She's not the only one that's going to come up.
Oh my God.
What's so fabulous about these is that they're clear
oh my God!
And then
why are there ads here?
Where it's
You're looking for
well, it's going to happen at exceeding increasing occurrence. This is, and what I mean, people should just look at the demos. Oftentimes they're circulating videos. They don't even understand our AI because they can't tell the difference anymore. No, this is going to happen all the time. I think about it. This AI object. There's no such thing as an AI actress. This AI object that looks human will never get sick. Can work 24 hours a day. You can triple or quadruple book this object. It's kind of a dream come true for an agency or for, whatever, and part of this could just be like some, this company's just trying to, I don't know the name of the country, they're just trying to get some press for themselves. But truly, if you look at any of the demos, or if you look at J. Crew's new catalog, it's almost entirely AI. Oh. And it's all just human looking people. There's no real clothes, no people, no photographers, nothing. Yeah.
That's incredible. And as they say, a slippery slope, to be sure.
Slippery slope is an understatement. Alan, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. Oh, they just announced that they've created an AI audience to watch these things so that we don't have to.
They're called bots.
Yeah, and they'll be paid in AI money. Yeah, like I said, I think we talked about it on Wednesday, but this is at least at the moment, Tilly Norwood is just I think she was created to create news. I just can't imagine we're there yet where we have an actress that we just call on demand and have her do things. But that slippery slope, we're going to get there, and we're going to see Hollywood implode even more.
Well, I mean, the funny thing is, Justine Bateman, who I have so much respect for, is calling this shit out. I think she's like, I mean, God, the day after the election, she said, tired of walking on eggshells for the last 4 years. And she has been on a tear ever since. So that was nearly a year ago. But we need this kind of outspokenness and bluntness now more than ever, because the industry, I mean, there's a whole discussion about the Trump tariffs. They're never going to happen. It's too hard to figure all that out. But so Hollywood really needs to take a hard look at itself right now, because you're losing. Look, we have a very good friend of ours now, another friend of ours leaving California, cannot make it here. Job opportunities drying up. That's our friend Dante, Verbal Riot Show. He is leaving the state of California. He said, "You win, Gavin." I don't know, man. I think I'd be more angry than that. But I'm just pissed that almost everyone I know who works in production isn't working currently. Yeah. As production moves other places, mostly overseas.
Yeah. The problem is Hollywood is going this direction. They're putting all their eggs in the wrong basket. Because they're more concerned about getting costs down, getting around working with actual people, but they have no concern what we as an audience will think about it. And like I say, the irony is that we're not going to watch their AI stuff, so they're going to have to create an AI audience to watch it and justify the money they're making.
Yeah.
Or spending, I should say.
Yep. Hey, I have a rant. I have something to say right here related to AI that needs to be said. I'm pissed. A freaking IKEA chair. As AI continues to creep in, it is important to remind you that filmmakers must get more creative. What do I mean by this? There are camera tricks that have been lost to history. When George Lucas made Star Wars in the 70s, many of the things he imagined couldn't be done. He literally, if you study the making of that film at the time it was made, he used every trick in the book to make his epic, the first Star Wars film, whether it was forced perspective, matte paintings, makeup effects, model shots. Just he had to invent technology and created ILM to do effects that hadn't been done at the time, but he used every effect. There are so many special effects in movies that have been lost to history that I'm going to show you a couple here to demonstrate. I'm a big fan of Buster Keaton. One of the greatest movies ever made is a movie called The General. Buster Keaton was, in fact, one of the inspirations for Jar Jar, believe it or not. And Goofy, also Goofy the animated character, was inspiration for Jar Jar. But take a look at this. I saw this silent film. Or no, this is Harold Lloyd. Sorry, is Harold Lloyd or I get them mixed up. But check this out. Hanging from a clock overlooking the streets of New York. Check this out. They're going to show you how it's done. Hanging. Look at that.
Hey.
That's what this is capturing with the more. This is Charlie Chaplin. There was a painting. This is remarkable and simple. With the eyes darting back and forth.
What?
Simple. Look at that. It was a sandbag. I mean, all these effects are simple. They're simple when you look at, like, I just feel like the problem was, I remember there's a quote from James Cameron about digital effects. He said the problem is we can do anything. The issue is, can writers write things that are creative? I've got another one I want to show you that I was really impressed with, that I think is worth sharing. But these old silent films, this one is insane. I mean, I'm going to play it over and over again. Your mind is not going to believe it when you first see this, and then you'll see how this is done. Let me share screen again here. Okay, this is Buster Keaton. And if you've never, I've seen The General on the big screen like 5 times with musical accompaniment.
Right.
It's
With
about
live.
a train. And you're just in fear. Like, how could they make this movie and no one die? These old silent films where they did these fantastic effects, they just figured out how to sell it to the audience. This one's going to freak you out. I'm going to play it multiple times over and over again so your mind can grasp this. It's like an illusion from a magician. Look at this. Okay. Ready? Whoop. How did that? So here we see he dives through the briefcase. The girl's legs are up on a pole. She comes down and walks. Look at that. Whoop. And she walks forward. Now, I mean, yeah, you could do this using modern effects, but the fact that these filmmakers back in the silent era, there was so much creativity. They just looked at, how do we solve this problem? And I think the issue is, I see a lot of movies, I see filmmakers doing a lot of this. There's a lot of sameness of movies. They feel the same because they're using all the same tools. But the tool that is being not utilized nearly enough is creative problem solving to tell a story. And the demonstration of just these few silent film effects that I'm showing you now should inspire you to try to do something different. Alan, do you have any thoughts on my rant here?
Yeah. I've always loved movie magic. I remember during, I think it was, I want to say the 80s and 90s, I think Discovery had like a show that just went through how they did all the special effects. And, you know, what you showed us was essentially what George Lucas was doing, you know, with Star Wars, with Indiana Jones. There's something about movie makers who put an effort into making magic on a film versus using CG. The CG is the easy out. And I think I've been saying it a lot with Fast and the Furious. They're just cartoons with live actors in it. You know, cars can't do these things. You know, back in the days, everything you saw in Fast and Furious would have been done practically. You know, they would have figured out a way to, you know, they would strap a rocket to a car or something like that.
Well,
people would actually be in danger. But you know, we've gotten to this point where, you know, I don't know. It's just, whenever I see a CG movie now, it just feels like a cartoon.
Well, let me land the plane for you. CG effects have made filmmakers lazy. Get creative,
Storytellers.
study the classics, and show me something original.